Welcome to a life or death journey, steeped in raw documentary detail and intense drama, where courageous individuals risk their lives to venture out to sea, awakening priceless treasures slumbering at the bottom of the deep ocean. The opening scene immediately strikes us with the powerful contrast between the deep blue, turbulent waves of the open sea and the image of massive, rusty steel commercial fishing vessels vigorously churning the water's surface. Throughout the video, each POV shot tilted and swaying in an artistic Dutch angle, shaken violently by the rhythmic pounding of the waves, transports viewers straight into a wet, perilous, yet breathtakingly magnificent world. On the slippery deck, weather-beaten fishermen, clad in bright orange, lime yellow, and vibrant blue waterproof suits, begin their incredibly stressful workday. A sense of urgency pervades the warm cockpit, where the captain's unwavering gaze is fixed on the radar screen, flashing bright red and yellow signals indicating reefs and large schools of fish. Strong hands, clad in dark blue rubber gloves, swiftly use sharp filleting knives to cut chunks of striped mackerel, stuff slimy pieces of fresh squid into small orange mesh bags, or attach sharp bait hooks to hundreds of enormous traps. The rusty mechanical winch began to grind and screech, coiling thousands of meters of braided rope and massive steel cables, squeezing the salty seawater that poured down onto the worn wooden deck. Immediately afterward, cages of turquoise and fluorescent purple plastic-coated steel mesh were lowered with a whoosh into the roaring waves. were giant spotted lobsters and rock lobsters with their spiny, dark red and brown shells, dotted with vibrant orange and yellow streaks, slowly crawled on their dozens of protruding legs across the beautiful coral reefs. Elsewhere, cages containing thousands of shimmering silver fish crowded together, creating a breathtaking visual spectacle, showcasing the astonishing richness of the ocean ecosystem. The ocean rages, colossal walls of water churning and crashing against the steel hull, splashing up clumps of seawater that blur the camera lens, creating dazzling lens flares that are both magnificent and utterly menacing. Despite the harsh weather, with howling winds blistering their raincoats, the fishermen hold on, their muscles tensing with each pull of the winch to resist the primal force of nature. From beneath the swirling water, enormous traps weighing tons, thick with wet black seaweed, rise to the surface, unleashing a torrential downpour of seawater before being hoisted over the ship's railing by cranes. They wriggled, twitching their antennae and waving their sharp claws, rubbing their wet, glistening shells together to create a rustling, ASMR-like sound that filled the deck, creating an overwhelming spectacle of abundance. Cheers erupted, and beaming smiles of pride spread across the crew members, blending with the brilliant sunset casting a golden-orange glow on the calm sea, dispelling the fatigue and hardship of a day's struggle against death. Skilled hands swiftly used metal calipers to precisely measure the size of each lobster to ensure sustainable harvesting standards, then expertly used specialized pliers to tighten the yellow and red rubber bands around the lobster claws to neutralize their danger. Although the space is cramped and cluttered with mountains of plastic crates, rope scattered haphazardly, and patches of foul-smelling seaweed, every action shoveling ice, carrying trays of goods. A flycam shot from above showcases the entire scene of the giant cargo ship, crammed with hundreds of red and blue plastic containers, majestically cutting through the waves towards the dry port, carrying its enormous catch. Leaving the stormy seas, the journey of these valuable marine creatures continues to the massive processing plants on land, where forklifts busily move pallets back and forth in the cold, frost-filled warehouse space. Here, on gleaming metal conveyor belts drenched in water and cold snow, dozens of workers in protective uniforms and yellow aprons diligently clean, sort, and inventory seafood under bright industrial fluorescent lights. The lobsters are then placed into large, stainless steel pressure steam ovens, emitting thick steam. Under the high temperature, their rough, dark brown shells gradually transform into a vibrant, glossy, and incredibly appealing orange-red. Next, a modern, automated vacuum-sealed packaging line seals the lobsters, preserving their exquisite flavor and original freshness before they are shipped globally. And finally, the most glorious destination of this arduous journey is the kitchen of a luxurious five-star restaurant, where the pinnacle of culinary art is celebrated. Through the skillful and meticulous hands of the chef, the succulent, firm, and white lobster meat is pan-fried, sizzling in a dark cast-iron skillet, enveloped in a bubbling golden yellow melted butter, emitting an intoxicating aroma of minced garlic and fresh green parsley. The lobster dish is presented exquisitely, like a work of art, on a rustic wooden cutting board, adorned with vibrant purple and yellow pansy petals, and then generously drizzled with a shimmering golden butter sauce that flows along each eye-catching reddish-orange slice of meat. When the enormous winch finally stopped grinding and the last round trap was neatly stacked into the trap tower in the background, a rare, almost palpable silence fell over the fishing boat's deck. The intense, strenuous work gave way to a precious period of rest, beginning right where they had exerted themselves. Two fishermen, too exhausted to move into the cabin, chose the orange plastic containers as makeshift seats. The image of an elderly diner, elegantly dressed in a black tuxedo with a bow tie, beaming and closing their eyes in contentment as they savored the sweet, melt-in-your-mouth lobster meat, is the perfect ending. A profound tribute and honor to the sweat, tears, and unwavering courage of the fishermen who defied storms to bring a masterpiece from the ocean to the dinner table, concluding a captivating review film that awakens and ignites all the viewer's senses.